I gotta tell you something. Most of the designs that I create sell. And it is not because I just get lucky or even because I just post the cutest things. The reason that this happens is because I actually do way more research than I do designing. So today I am sharing with you this process so that most of your designs can sell too. Also, hi, if you are new to my channel, my name is Taylor. I am an Etsy print-on-demand entrepreneur. I create content all about print-on-demand, making money online, creating a life that you love. So if you aren't already subscribed and that's something that interests you, be sure to boop the subscribe button down below. To start, I just want to say that I truly do research everywhere. I am just always looking around, not even in an intentional way. I'm just observant of the things that are around me. I've kind of taught myself to be this way with time, looking at designs and colors and just different things that people are using to sell products. And when I stumble upon things that just spark some inspiration in me, I take pictures of them, I take screenshots of them. Sometimes I see things when I'm out and about. Sometimes I see things when I'm just like online, scrolling TikTok, just going about my regular schmegular routine. But then there are also times where I'm doing more formal research. Sit down, I'm at the computer, glasses on, and I am specifically looking for what is selling. When I do this, I always like to start directly on Etsy. And for this, I am going to be using EverBee and show you how I use EverBee to do a little bit of trend spotting. This active research directly on Etsy has me looking at absolutely anything and everything. I like to really be broad with this research because you never know what you might find to be inspiring. The reason that I like to do this with EverBee is because I am specifically spending time in the product analytics. When I'm doing searches, I don't want to spend a bunch of time clicking into every single listing and trying to dive around and find things that are profitable. I'd rather just skip the time and filter to what is driving revenue. You can see that is super easy to do. EverBee, if you weren't familiar, is a Chrome extension. And so over on the far left of my screen here, I can just go ahead and click product analytics, and then I can filter by some of those high performing metrics that I'm looking for, like revenue or even monthly sales. Sometimes I do like to stick more so to revenue because if a listing maybe has sold a lot in the past, but it's just not the current season for that product, then it might not have a ton of monthly sales right now. But revenue can be an indicator that there might be some seasonality to the product, and we can pinpoint exactly when that type of product and maybe even that niche starts to sell. Once I've adjusted my filters, I'm going to start diving into the top products, and here's a list of some of the things that I am specifically looking for. I want to see, one, what types of layouts and formats to the designs am I seeing? I want to recognize, are there a lot of text-only designs? Are there designs that are selling really well that are just graphics? Is there a combination? How do those graphics and fonts lay out on the actual product itself? And I can even get a little bit more specific by starting to recognize what types of fonts am I seeing? Are there more serif fonts, sans serif fonts, script fonts, handwritten style fonts? In the text and in the graphics of these designs, what color are they? Are they using just all one color for the entire design? Are they using a mix of colors? What is the color palette like? Is it very bright colors? Is it colors that are all the same hue? I might also recognize what types of phrases am I seeing. With phrases, I do want to make sure that I'm checking for any type of trademarks, but generally with phrases, I'm not thinking how I can use that exact phrase. I'm thinking, is it a phrase that I could maybe put a spin on and apply it to something completely different? The goal in this research is not to copy. It is just to observe what I am seeing that is working currently and earning sales. While I'm making notes of what I'm seeing, I'm also taking any screenshots and pictures of things that I am feeling inspired by along the way. My goal is to have a bunch of visuals and a bunch of notes as to what I was observing during this research so that when I go to the next phase, which is going to be creating a design, I have something to pull from and a place where all of my research and ideas have been stored. Because in the past, when I used to do research, I would just think, oh, I'll remember that. And then I would go to design and then I would have no idea what I was thinking when I was doing the research. I would remember that I had a really good idea, but I just couldn't remember the idea anymore, which was kind of frustrating. Once I am finished up with this research, the next phase is jumping over to creating a design. All of these notes, pictures, screenshots that I put together during my research phase, I want to now bring into my artboard here in Kittl and use this as kind of my guiding light, my vision board, my inspiration for what I am going to be creating. Now, again, it's really important to note that all of my inspiration that you can see here is completely random. A lot of these things have nothing to do with each other, and that is the goal. I'm not looking to have all just one niche or the niche that I'm going to be pursuing all in my vision board. I want a lot of variety. Variety is good. It's going to help us create something that is unique and completely original. As I begin creating my design in Kittl, I am going to be referencing this vision board throughout this process, pulling inspiration from the fonts that I was seeing do really well in designs, pull inspiration from some of the design layouts that I saw really well. And with all of the different components that I pulled during my research session, I end up creating something that doesn't look like anything else that is in the search results. And because I spent more time researching, it drastically reduced my time actually designing. Here's the final design. Of course, we have the inspo, the final product. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do we see how we connected the dots from the inspiration to the final design, or do you still have questions and maybe need a part 2 to this? I'm hoping that this is giving you a better look at just how much research really does go into creating designs that sell. When you are using the right tools, it does make this research process a lot more efficient and streamlined. So if EverBee is something that you don't already have and you want to try it for your research process, I will have a link for that in the description box below, as well as I will also have a link to Kittl if you wanted to get started with that for designing. I do have a discount code for Kittl, Taylor PODYT, that will save you a little bit of money on your Kittl plan. Getting your designs to sell on Etsy is not about getting lucky, it's about getting intentional with the work that you're doing to create high quality designs. This is the type of work that I've been doing behind the scenes to grow my 2 shops and continue to do so every single week. If you found value in this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That just lets me know that you enjoyed it, so I'll create more videos like this. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to boop the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos about print on demand, design, strategy, tips, tricks, all of the things. As always, I hope that you are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!